What is going on, everybody? My name's Bleaves. This is Breakfast with Bleaves. Folks, if you haven't already, consider becoming a member of the channel because guess what? I have members only content that we didn't have before. So we got two videos up. One is how to DCA in your futures trading so that you don't end up getting wrecked. And the other one is what are smooth moving averages. And you know that I talk about the 50 and the 200 all the time. So if you want to learn a little bit about cryptocurrency or craptocurrency, as your grandma calls it, then consider becoming a member to the channel. It's only $4.99 a month, and it certainly helps me out tremendously. But hey, the question of the day is what is the risk of stablecoins according to this Blackrock filing that just happened? Are we in altcoin season? We're closer than you might think because it just started ripping. Thorchain, by the way, was up 20% at one point today. I haven't checked in the last few minutes because everything was just kind of ripping. But we're going to do a lot of chart checking today and very little. We're going to do some diving into Twitter for just a little while. I know Elon says, call it X, call it X. Don't call it Twitter. Don't call it Twitter because it's not Twitter anymore. It's X now. Whatever, dude. I'll be on Twitter if you need me. You know what I mean? Because X. Nobody, hey, I want to go to X. Isn't that porn? This is not financial advice, but I'm always right.
It's your boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 It's been a long day. I mean a long week. Maybe a long year, so let's get something clear. We're gonna stock up on some party favors later on. Tell everybody they're invited, you should come along. Best to bring your good foot. Ladies gonna be dancing on the ceiling, cocky and appealing, possibly revealing, getting sideways like a bridesmaid as she vibrate. If you a lightweight, hope you hydrate. We gon' tip the bottles back, busting out the fat sacks. People wearing costumes, chewing on a mushroom, something like a wonderland. Understand? Going down the rabbit hole with my kinfolk to another land. Damn, I said we do it like this. Magic carpet riders on some third eye shit. Mr. Pine Cones come a long, long way, so everybody get sideways. Sing it. I can't wait till Friday. Everybody's getting sideways. Pass the bottle back my way. Everybody's getting sideways.
All right, guys, it is a crazy, crazy day. If you've ever been listening to me for any length of time, then you know one of the things that I've used as kind of a tenet of what happens in these markets is that when we get data and we react to the data, that tends to be a drunken stupor, and that the opposite tends to happen. Now, is that 100% of the time? No, but it is about 90% of the time. We do have, and really, I think it depends on the market and the conditions, and there's a lot of different factors that go into it. But generally speaking, we get some data. Yesterday, we got data, good data, and what happened? Bitcoin dumped. Now, why did Bitcoin dump? Becomes the question, and why did alts hold up very well? Well, I'm going to give you the answer to that really quick right now, because guess what? Altcoin season is almost here. It is starting to really get hot in the altcoins right now. We've not seen a number like this since September of this year. So when I say that, it's not really that far away. But the point to it is we've had a little rip and we're getting some improvement here in the market. But, you know, really you have to go back and you have to look back here at 2022, right before the collapse of FTX, to see anything even close to this. And when you look at this and you see all this, you might be thinking to yourself, hey, George, exactly what was it that happened over there? Well, that was when ETH 2.0 came out and everybody started to get themselves in a hype and a frenzy over ETH 2.0. So that's what was going on right there. So Richard Nelson renewed his membership. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, man. And by the way, if you haven't already, consider subscribing because we are doing members only content. My goal, by the way, for anybody who's interested and wants to know, my goal, 1,000 members. That's what I want. You know, we have 30,000 or so people who have subscribed to at some point this channel. And what I'm trying to get to is 1,000 subscribers. I would prefer 2,000 because that would help tremendously, but I want to get to 1,000 subscribers and then build an audience, a core audience here that gets inside information way before other people. Some of this information that's members only, we're going to make public at some point, but I want to have some private stuff for you guys so that you get the information way before and that we learn, that we get better and we improve at all of the stuff that we're doing. So, you know, that's the goal, right? So just so you guys know, but altcoin season, very, very, very close. We're going to be keeping an eye on this all day because it's really burning hot. And look, if we get into an altcoin season, are we going to have a massive altcoin season? I don't think so, but we're going to have a good one no matter what. Now, next up, Germany's fourth largest bank, Commerce Bank, has been granted a crypto custody license. So something is going on here. We're starting to get moves in the market. We're starting to get shake-ins and shake-outs. And by the way, I do have to point out for anybody who is a football fan, Deshaun Watson is having season-ending surgery. So if you're a Cleveland Browns fan, my condolences to you. But you got a good team, solid team anyway, and you should be pretty happy about that. On the other hand, if you're like me, you're a Louisville fan and you like Lamar Jackson, and you saw that Deshaun Watson again beat Lamar Jackson in a game, then you got to be saying to yourself, ugh, we still wish him well, but recover really, really slowly. You know what I mean? Like, ugh. Anyway, Deshaun Watson, great player, wishing him all the best. But moving on there, this is the big deal, right? This is the big one. BlackRock spotlights the stablecoin risks in a Bitcoin ETF filing. BlackRock filed their application, and it says the inclusion, it says right here in its filing, BlackRock highlights that while the ETF does not directly invest in stablecoins, there exists an indirect exposure to the risks they pose to Bitcoin and the broader digital asset market. This acknowledgement is significant considering the firm's stature and stablecoins becoming increasingly pivotal. Oh my God, believes, get your shit together. In digital asset transactions, the inclusion of stablecoins in the risk assessment reflects a nuanced understanding of the interconnected nature of the crypto ecosystem. BlackRock's caution stems from the historical volatility of stablecoins and their potential impact on Bitcoin's price. This perspective resonates with concern raised by U.S. regulators such as the Federal Reserve, which have previously labeled stablecoins as a financial risk. And as we saw from Circle at the beginning of the year, there is the possibility and always exists the possibility that we could see a problem with stablecoins. Now, if we go back and we look right now, then here's something that you should note. Tether, all-time high. 87 billion on Tether is an all-time high in market cap. So let's go back here and let's look all-time. Look at this. Tether market cap, which has steadily increased and all the way in through the bull market, was up at 83 billion. Guys, it is continuing every day to get higher and higher and higher and higher. It's so high, Snoop Dogg is trying to hang out with it. Market cap, meanwhile, for USDC, let's look at that all time. And you can see like it is not firmly recovered from a 55 billion in that last bull run, coming down into the 20 billion, 24 billion range. Now, will Circle and will USDC make a correction, and will it get back up into that stratosphere? And the answer to that, by the way, that's yes, it will. But stablecoins are on the menu right now, and BlackRock is very concerned about the possibility that something like that will happen again. Now, you remember the reason that we had that depegging for a little while from Circle Bank was because, and this was all it was, the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank. Now, what were the holdings that Circle had? Like 100 million, something like that. Like a not a lot. And when I say not a lot, I don't mean that 100 million is not a lot. I mean in the grand scheme of $40 billion market cap, $100 million is not that much, and that's not a reason to think that it's going to collapse. Nonetheless, that sort of speculation caused a bunch of people to sell off, and it depegged it. Then you saw Justin Sun move in, and he just went absolutely ham and bought. I want to say he bought like $100 million worth of USTC at 90 cents, and then sold it again on Monday at $1. I mean, guys, you can make an easy over the weekend 10% profit. Why not? Especially when you're dealing with that gigantic amount of money. Speaking of which, since we're talking about Justin Sun, maybe we should talk about Justin Sun. And if you are a Volted holder and you come over to Volt and you look at the Volt contract and you come down to the holders, then you will see a new wallet has entered the arena. And that is wallet number 13 here with 587 billion tokens. And that, my friends, is Justin Sun 4. This did not exist until just the last 48 hours. This was a big move. And the question is, what is that? Well, if you come in here and you start looking at it and you check out the wallet, then you'll see it holds about $402 million worth of tokens, and it's got about 6.65 million in Ethereum, and there it is right there. Poloniex, and of course, HTX. Justin Sun, I believe, owns both of them. So this is probably just a hot wallet for one of those. But it was a very big deal to see that Justin Sun now has a wallet holding Volt. I think they were super excited about seeing that in the last couple of days. Could be an indication that a new exchange is about to enter the Volt arena. Will it make a difference in the price action? I don't know if it'll make a difference in the total overall price. But I know that that's actually a pretty big deal overall. So very cool there. And by the way, Grock having a nice little bounce back up. Remember I told you, like, I mean, guys, like I can tell you exactly where it's going. Remember, like I put all this shit right here on the chart so that you can see these are the places that you're going to test. These are the places that you're going to test. These are the places you're going to test. Where are you settling? Right here where I said you were going to test. Like you were going to have, and you got a nice little spike, a nice little run. Now, why is there so much money coming back into Grock? And the answer to that is there's not. You're being manipulated and misled. And you're being manipulated and misled because it has this ridiculous market cap to liquidity ratio. Look at this. And guys, you can't do this without laughing, right? The liquidity on, we're gonna have to move this just out of the way for a second here. Liquidity on Grock is only 1.7 million on a market cap of 83 million. Just consider that for a second. And now let's go to something not ridiculous like Volt. Volt has more liquidity. Volt has $2.1 million in liquidity and only a $19 million market cap. Okay. This is a wildly speculative asset that doesn't do anything other than allow people to steal money from investors who don't know any better, who look at it and say, oh shit, it be pumping, dog. We gonna get back in. We gonna make something. And then you're just gonna get wrecked again, because you always get wrecked, because that's what happens, right? Well, if you made your money, get out, because it's not going anywhere. And I keep telling you that. And look, the market structure has not changed any. It just got a little secondary pump. Where's the secondary pump going to go? Right here. We've speculated and we told you exactly where it's going to go. And in fact, if you look at it, and I break this down into the 1 hour, then you're looking at this little spot right here on the horizon. Right there that's the spot. That's the neckline. That's the area right there where if you go above it, you're just going to wick above it. And if you go above it, you're going to have some utility that gets added into the token, which could be possible. And this could be as a speculative asset and as something like, guys, Pepe is a better product. It's crazy, right? But we are talking about Grock. We are giving our opinion of Grock. And look, I could be wrong, and it could end up like getting a nice little spike. But look, this is the thing. It's still a cheap knockoff. Like this is like if you ordered cryptocurrency from Wish, okay, or Temu. This is guys. Don't be these people. That's about just about a little over 1% liquidity. Okay, that's just nuts. It's god damn. Anyway, so back to BlackRock. I wish I would have accidentally said black to back rock. You know what I mean? And then I could have just told myself to shut the fuck up. Anyway, so the U.S. SEC has fought over stablecoins. So we'll see what happens. Now, this right here is very, very interesting. Robinhood is robbing your data. I want you to look right here. And this is all of the detail. And this is all of the information that we're tracking right here. And you can see it. It's very clear. What is your contact info? Robinhood, Crypto.com, Coinbase, Binance.us, SoFi, Kraken, and Pi. They're all getting that. Your financial info, of course, Robinhood. Robinhood is collecting more data on you and getting more and more and more data on you to use against you at some point than any other website or exchange. Crypto.com is very close. Coinbase, a little more than that, and Binance, less. SoFi, less. Kraken, less. Pi Network, and it's overall less, by the way. Your personal contact information, they're still getting. Now, are they selling it to somebody? I don't know the answer to that, but you come down here like to Coinbase Wallet. Coinbase Wallet takes your financial info because you have to put a bank to it in order to get your money swapped out. So it maintains your data and your location tracking and your sensitive info and your identifiers and usage data and your diagnostics. The only one that's really trustworthy is Trust Wallet. If you look down here, it's not that complicated. It's right there. Now, when you come over here, you can check Bybit, usage data, diagnostics. That's the safest place. MetaMask, your location, your user content, your identifiers. These are the safest of the, and really it's Binance, Bybit, and Trust right down here at the bottom. If you want to make an argument, you can make an argument. Well, as long as we're not tracking user data, then your Coinbase wallet comes into play right there. But still, a lot of tracking going on in the cryptocurrency market. So I would be watching out for that. In the meantime, the yields, the bond yields continue to come down. So we're starting to see that downward correction. We went down to 4.44. Making it less attractive, still very attractive. So we may not see Tom M won that yesterday, and he got paid out last night. He sent me his wallet, and I got him paid out. So, and if you want to track it, you can track it through believes.eth. You know what I mean? Because like I don't have time to go through. Actually, you know what? I do have time to go through it. Let's we have to do it over here because I don't want you to see his personal detail. Bang, 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 bang. And there we go. And here and bang. All right, so there we go. From Believes ETH to this guy right here, we sent $500 in Bencoin. So we did have a winner, and he did win $500 worth of Bencoin. Very cool. Very, very cool. That was actually 43 million tokens, by the way. We're going to do another one at 31,337. So we're not done yet. So yeah, if you're interested, make sure you keep tuning in. Make sure you keep subscribing. And guys, the easiest thing to do to help me out, share me with everybody. No homo. Share me with everybody, and perhaps we build this channel, we grow this channel, and we start just giving stuff away. One of the other things is, again, I'm gonna say this one more time, trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. If I get to 1,000 subscribers, that changes everything, because if you're talking about $5 a month, YouTube does keep a percentage of that, but that would be about $4,000 a month that I would be able to keep. And then if I were able to do that with 1,000 subscribers, then I'd be able to give away stuff every single day. You know what I'm saying, dog? Anyway, but everything helps me. So I appreciate each and every one of you and your support. Now, Total market cap is up 30 billion. Now, we're going to talk about what happened yesterday. So, what did go on yesterday and why did we have this absolute capitulation? Why did Bitcoin just absolutely sell off and go like it did right here? Well, I'm going to tell you two things. First of all, the market was overheated and it obviously needed to cool off. We just had a local kind of a blow off top, if you will, right? We had a local blow off top. Now, are we done yet? I don't think that we are, but everybody looks at these kind of moves for a downside correction, right? So, and by the way, we were looking for the downside correction over here and here. So, it's not this is not the first correction. Like we were looking at this and we're like, oh wow, we got to 30,000 again, and that's time to break through. So then we broke through and it went absolutely parabolic. Well, then we have a correction phase here and it didn't happen, right? So then we continued up here. Then we had this nice little spike up to 38. And then we had the breakdown. And then we had the nice little breakdown here. So the question was, how far was it going to go, right? Well, we got good CPI data. The CPI was down and it was in a better place overall. So then the question is, well, what happened? Well, the answer to that is actually very, very simple. Right here. The Dow Jones was up 1.5% on the day. The SPY was up 2%, and NASDAQ was at one point up 2.5% before settling at 2.1%. So what basically happened is people took their money out of Bitcoin and put it into the rest of the broader market because the Dow Jones is pumping, the NASDAQ is pumping, the SPY is pumping, everything's feeling great. And now the question becomes, what happens next for Bitcoin? Well, what did happen? We had this long-term trend line. Now, let's go back to the long-term trend line, and you see why I call it the long-term trend line. So it goes back to, let's close that out now. That takes us all the way back here to the beginning of the year. And guys, if you follow me, you know I've been tracking this. We had this spot right here. We had this spot right here. Also, I changed it from green to blue. We had this spot right here, and we had the breakdown right here. This was me saying that I think we're in a parabolic curve cycle, and then we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then fifth bump up here. And I thought our fifth bump was going to take us to about 50,000. And guess what? We had a breakdown. The market did break down for a little bit. We couldn't maintain the parabolic curve, the structure, the whatever. But then guess what? We got right back into the channel because here we are again. Like I got to zoom in a little bit, but we got back on this line. So now we're pushing our way back through this. So now it's looking like, oh my goodness, like we're really, really running hard. And on the daily chart, we've broken over into a golden cross. We're continuing to maintain that golden cross, even with this little breakdown that we had just now. So structurally, we are in a great, great spot. So now let's zoom back in on the 1 hour and look at it overall. So what happened yesterday? The money came out. It went into less risky assets. Is that a mistake? Maybe. It might be a mistake. But look, we're dealing with when you say, well, we're at 36,000 versus 34,000 or 35,000. That's not that much. When you're talking about some of the speculative and risk assets and stuff like that. So I'm not really concerned. I like, it doesn't really matter to me how that, but what did happen is we got a move down here. We held this position. We bounced off of this line and we came up, and look at this. We perfectly placed on the 200 SMA before correcting to the downside, hitting the 50, broke down below the 50 and then got bought back up. So that means that the 50 and the 200, we're probably going to bounce back up here into this, was this around 26.4. So it looks like maybe, just maybe, we'll bounce up into 26.4. Or we'll range in this little area right here. And if we do that, good. But that's also going to mean that this is about to happen. We're going to curve back around. This is going to continue. Actually, that is not even close to what it looks like. It looks like probably this. And within a couple days, we're going to have another bullish crossover. This thing is we're getting ready for another leg is what it really looks like. Now, You can also make the argument that this was just a retest of that neckline. Well, neckline kind of right here at 36.5. So you could make that argument that maybe we're just testing that neckline and then we're coming back down because, again, the market was overheated. The market's been overheated. The market is in need of a correction. And this purple, we got to get rid of that. It's annoying the shit out of me. And fair enough. I mean, if you look at a lot of the market, let's throw up a Bollinger and see what it looks like. Bollinger Band starting to tighten up here a little bit. We got really, really tight here. We started to break down. We had this massive move to the downside. I got some people that were shorting. Oh, made a bunch of money off of that. And then now we've got this bounce to the upside of the channel. Now, what happens when you have these moves like this? You come down, and what we're looking for is that downward momentum. So we find that downward momentum. So we had that, then we had the breakout and it opened up here, and then we hit this, right? That was a retest of the neckline, and then boom, we were off to the downside. So the question now becomes, what's going to happen with this move? So, when we see those breakdowns, and then we see the test at the top of the Bollinger Band, what happens next? Well, history, if it's any indication, is going to tell us that this thing right here, this line right here, we're going to test that. But problem is we've got a long-term trend line, so it could be that we do this and then just start banging our way straight up. Again, to hit that next big move. And what's that next big move? That next big move is 40 and then 42. So strong possibility that we start to see that. Now, why do we say that? Well, liquidation map shows that 37.3 is in play right now. Consider this is the 3-day, so this is not exactly what we're bouncing through. But if you come to the 24-hour, what are we doing? Because we've really been attacking the 24-hour. So it looks like if we're going anywhere, it looks like the move right now, if you're speculating, it's on its way up. So that would mean that this right here is in play. Now, the question is, will it come all the way up here and hit 36.6? And I don't know the answer to that, but it's probably targeting 36.5 right there. And then we'll probably see a move down here to 35.9 almost immediately from that. Now, pure speculation. Don't know that to be the case. 12-hour probably shows us right in the center. Now, this showing up in the center and telling me that the money is right here, that might be the sign that we're going to see a quick reversal to the downside. However, with momentum being on your side, the logic of this move is to sweep this right here and then come back down. So that's the logical move. It doesn't make sense because what you're looking at right now is if you're a market maker and you're trying to get your derivatives and continue to make money, then you're trying to wreck these people. In order to get here, that's going to soften the market. That's not going to give people hope. And then that reverse bounce, that's what will happen is if you get this move to the upside and you start to wreck some of these shorts, then you've got the longs, which are down here, feeling much better about their position, and you're going to see a bunch of people continuing to go long right here, and you're going to see this position start to fill up a whole lot more down here at that down here in this little area right there. So that's the most likely play out, is it's a setup for a wild swing up and then down, because you put a lot of effort into pumping the market again. Again, you've got $28 billion in capital that's entered the fray, and the Dow Jones is about to start for the day. So, you could see a nice little rip to this upside right here in this 36.6 range, and then a rip back to the downside in the 35.7. That would make the most sense. Again, I'm saying it makes the most sense because the easiest right now, the most logical path is down and then up, but that wrecks the market, and they're trying to keep you in it. They're trying to keep you engaged because they need your money. So just consider that as you're doing your stuff. Now, overall market, Bitcoin up 2.5% today in the 7-day. Ethereum up 6.5% on the 7-day. Still having really good runs. Not a whole lot of changes up here, except obviously Solana just continues to impress and continues to add market cap and continues its move up. We've got Doge at 7.5 cents. Been a while since we saw Doge really starting to run. I want to say April or May of last year or of this year. We saw a nice little run up to 14 or 15 cents, and then a big correction back down. So as you keep going down here, you're finding there are some of these assets, Chainlink, with a big move towards that upside momentum, Tron with a big move, Avalanche with a big move, Bitcoin Cash killing it for the year, OKX laying down rhyme for a G-Folk. The one place, by the way, that I'm looking for an explosion out of that we're not getting yet, Cosmos in the ecosystem, only up 1% on the year. And here's the thing. As you start coming down here, you find Crow now up 81%, ripping 12.5% today, 25% over the month. So, Kronos and the Kronos chain, which is part of the Cosmos ecosystem, this is synergistic with Cosmos here. And by the way, that's also synergistic with Luna Classic, OP, Optimum. So, there's a lot of stuff built in the Cosmos ecosystem that should be ripping along with Crow in the long term. Thorchain just absolutely dominating. Look at Thorchain, by the way. Thorchain's up 20% on the day, just absolutely mooning. Again, look at Thorchain. This has been an absolutely epic run. Imagine if you got in here at $1.50 now and you're at $6. That's 400%. And then you consider 400% with maybe a leverage position of 10x, you'd be at 4,000% profit. That's the type of money that you make on futures trading. Now, of course, you could always get wrecked. So when I say this, I'm not telling you that this is what you should be doing. I'm just saying that the reward for doing something like that, absolutely crazy. RLC, remember we did talk about RLC. It was one of my tokens of the month a few months back. It did have its big move, finally breaking out, starting to find local highs. We've got Crow up 15% on the day, not at 12. It was at 12. It cooled off a little bit, and now what's it going to do next? It looks to me like we're heading to 15 cents. I would think that this, maybe we double top it and come back down and retest here and then take off. But look at this. This market is looking to send. This market is looking for new buyers, new people coming in. We got 8,100 on Luna Classic. Luna Classic, by the way, crazy stuff. If you don't follow me for Luna Classic, then you missed out. You might have not seen it, but yesterday I drew all this chicken shit all over here. And I said, well, the most likely play out here is that this is going to pump up here, and then it's going to come down here, and then it's going to go up here, and then it's going to have a breakout sometime around here after it retests this line. Well, and God damn it, that's exactly what it's doing right now. So am I always right? Yes, actually I am. But Solana, we keep thinking that it's going to cool off, right? Nope, no chill in Solana. Congratulations to Ben Armstrong for taking control of the Solana blockchain and becoming the spokesperson for Solana. That's absolutely crazy that happened. And remember, Solana was dead until Ben took over. That is wild. And by the way, how ironic was it that he started talking smack about all that stuff, and the next thing you know, that is the wildest stuff. It's most the hilarious thing that you've ever seen. Caspa continues. By the way, I told somebody over here, get out while you can because it's going to correct to the downside. It did not. So if you lost, I'm sorry. That's a wild ride that Caspa's been going on. Just absolutely crazy and out of control. Ben actually having a move back towards that upside. Very little, but it is having a move up 2.5% on the day. Volt down a little bit. Dubai X, guys, don't know what's going on with Dubai X. Just look, it's a little wild to me. It is a little bit wild to me that you. By the way, real tight channel here. So if there's going to be a move, would be towards the upside. But it is absolutely wild to me. I'm not saying anything bad or good or indifferent about Dubai X, but it's wild to me that they have a new token coming out. I think I think in this ecosystem, there was Wolfie, then there was Dubai X. Now there's Habibi. It just sounds to me like you're just launching new tokens. And I don't know that to be the case. I just know that that's what I'm seeing right now. And I mean, that's what Ben.eth does. So that seems a little weird to me. And I could be wrong. It could be that you're just building an entire ecosystem, and that everything is fine at Dubai X. It doesn't seem fine, but it could be that everything is just fine. SHIB pumping up to 85 cents off. Again, we had that nice little run to 95, almost dropped to zero, but didn't quite. But Bone, look at Bone, just not performing well, not doing well at all, continuing to just get crushed by this market. Waiting for a reversal here, just a minor, but it's been down here to 62 cents. So just crazy what's happening in this market. With that being said, it is time for brand advertisement. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I want to talk to you today about my newest partner, and that is Cryptonomy.finance. It's a venture capital fund, a trading organization, and a crypto credit company. You can utilize this platform as a crypto wallet, which I'm going to show you in a second, a staking platform, and a launch pool. So I'm going to make a deposit here. I've already made a deposit, by the way, and we're going to start earning. I'm going to stake a little bit of this, and this is going to be something for you guys to maybe earn yourself some yield. And the first thing that we're going to do is come over here. Now, I've already created an account. I've already done my pieces. So I'm going to start earning. And first and foremost, you do have your wallet over here, so you can click on your wallet at any time and you can see exactly what you have and what your holdings are. And if you're worried about small balances, you can just click on this and it will allow you to hide your small balances right there. So you see what I have available for the moment. So, but interest accounts here, we're gonna, this is your flexible borrowing, right? This is your APY of 24% on Bitcoin, 25% on Ethereum. There's some really good and really nice APY rewards that are available to you through this project. And as I go down this list, you're going to see a lot of familiar faces, a lot of different projects that you might just want to be part of here. Shiba Inu, you've got all the greats. You've got Cardano, Litecoin, Polkadot, Bitcoin Cash, Dogecoin. You've got BNB, you've got Tron, XRP, obviously Bitcoin, Ethereum Classic. But as you go down this list, you will find hundreds of different coins and tokens that are available. Pepe for the Pepe army, Bone Shiba Swap. So you can come over here. You can even stake your Ben tokens, and you can put these into a flexible yield account. So, let's make a deposit here. We're going to come up here. We're going to make a pop right here. And we're going to, we don't want to do it max. We want to do 0.2 right here. And then that's going to be the fixed interest rate is 52.18% more than the flexible. So what we're going to do right here is we're going to make that deposit and we're going to boom. Now we've made a small deposit. All right, guys, and we're going to check those out pretty soon. As you can see right here on my long, I am down like $32. Like, gross, bro. Like, why don't you pump a little bit? You know what I mean? But it did pump, by the way, earlier, and it did put me back into profit this morning. So hopefully we'll see a nice little run over. I set a take profit, by the way, at 37,007 because I feel like the market's just going to start ripping again. And so you guys know I got completely annihilated on that last big bull run thing. So once we started to pump super hard, the market, by the way, Dow Jones up 124 points, 125 points on the day. Looks like the Dow Jones might be ripping again. So when I say that I think that Bitcoin's going to run, I am not sure because this market could still send. But again, I do believe in the reversal of whatever happened the day before. And I think with the day before, with the dip that we got, I think that we're now on the rip, so to speak. Now, again, trading at the top of the Bollinger Band. So, and the Bollinger Band top right now is right here at the 200 SMA. So, what we would be looking for as an optimal play out would be a boom, a move up here. So, it doesn't take 37,000, by the way, to get there, but you got to look at like, what are your positions? What is your areas of resistance? Let's go look at, all right, well, I screwed that up somehow. Lux Algo. Apparently, I lost my mind here. So there we go. So right around the top, maybe 37,000, something like that. I don't know why I just didn't have predictive ranges. That's wild. I don't know. But we did have this breakdown, and this is a bearish breakdown, but it looks like we're getting a move back up. So, you know, as I say, I would guess that we've got this move coming out here. It's going to continue this way. We come over here, we bounce off of it, get up into this range, perhaps into this little spot right here. Now, short-term time frames, which if you're doing the trading, then you're going to be looking at some of these smaller time frames. 30-minute, really good as a predictor. This is not the position to enter right now. We rejected off of. If you're looking to make plays, if you're looking to make moves, you're looking to get into the green, take profit at the blue, let it move up to the red, and this right here is showing you that there is a potential for a play up to 36.6 right now, as this 200 SMA is starting to come down on a 30-minute. 30 minutes is a really good place for you to if you're trying to do some trading and you're trying to do futures trading of some sort, then that's actually a very good indicator. 15-minute, it looks like on the 15-minute, we've already wicked at the 300, the 200 SMA, and we also went up here. So profit taking opportunity right there. So coming down to the 5-minute, same thing. But one of the things that we need to do when we're doing this as well is come down here and let's pop in a Fu Manchu and see where is our money flow. Money flow is in the green, still continues to be in the green on the 5-minute right now. We had a sell signal right here, but it looks like we're getting into the overbought territory right now, even though money flow is still in the green. If you look at this green stuff right here, money flow is still in the green, but we're getting oversold right here, which is an indication of a move towards that upside. So getting a little bit of sell down right now on this red candle, maybe, just maybe, wicks down here to 35.8, comes into this 50 SMA. But again, money flow still tight. Money flow still looking good for the overall market in the short term and in the long term. So a lot of bullish indicators happening right now. Again, playing out in this channel the same way that I said. Again, not sure how that ends up, but would like to see that come up here. That's an opportunity for me to take profit and then get out of this position. Don't like the fact that I'm in this position and it's not pumping. You know what I mean? Feels like, and I thought, by the way, that this would be a nice position for going forward, that we would get a nice little pump off of the CPI, but we did not. So I'm looking to exit it and get into a better position and DCA my way down just a little bit so that I have a little bit of leeway to move and do something else. So, and don't forget, if you haven't already, sign up for Muskrat. Muskrat token, that's all me. So, and you can come over here and play the games, do that kind of wild stuff right there. And then that wraps it up for the day. All right, guys, this is not financial advice. My name's Believes. I'm always Ray. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you would, I'm going to end the stream without an exit because I'm working on a new exit today. But if you would, when I close this out, if you could just please leave a comment. If you like the content, tell me you like the content. If you hate the content, tell me that you hate the content. If you think I'm ugly, tell me that I'm ugly. You know what I mean? Ooh, Crypto Surfer, there we go. What is going on, my man? We got a member here in the house. What is going on, my brother? King's Crypto is not a member of the channel. You know, you would think that King's Crypto would be one of those $100 a month paying members of the channel to get the private members only content. You know what I mean? No nudes, by the way. So maybe that's why he's not. So anyway, members content coming out a little bit more today. So if you aren't already, consider becoming a subscriber to the channel. Member content coming out later on today. And we're going to be talking about some more trading tactics and ways for you to make money in this market. We'll talk to you again very, very soon.